Hey there everybody, welcome back to 4-String Strummer, the channel. It's all about ukuleles. Today we're going to be working on some techniques to help you get those chord changes going more quickly and also to enhance that bluegrass sound that we all love. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the song we're going to use today to demonstrate these techniques is called Love is a Rose. And this was written by Neil Young many years ago and covered by people like Linda Ronstadt. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play the song through for a couple reasons. One, you might not be familiar with this song, and this will kind of get your head around it. And the other thing is I want you to pay attention to what my hand is doing, my left hand here. So my fingers, where they're positioned, and also my wrist, where it's rotated, okay, as I play the song through. Here we go. Love is a rose, but you better not pick it. It only grows when it's on the vine. Handful of thorns and you know you've missed it. Lose your love when you say the word mine. Okay, so what did you notice? Did you see where my fingers kind of hovered over the chord here? Okay, when I go from my C to my G7, these two fingers here need to be pretty close to being in position. Also, with my wrist rotation, you'll see that it didn't change when I went from C to G7 or when I was playing the little instrumental thing, right? When I changed to F, what did you notice? You noticed that my wrist rotated, right? So these are the kinds of things that you need to be aware of when you're thinking about how do I smooth out and speed up my chord transitions. Okay, so let's look at some techniques that we can use now in order to help you out there. So the first one we're going to look at is like a chord slide almost, okay? And the way I teach this when I'm working with kids or new students is I'll actually use stickers. So you can see here there's a yellow sticker for the C and there's red stickers here for the G7 and I've got green on there for the F. And basically when you're playing the C and you know you're going to go to the G7, your fingers should just kind of hover above the strings, just like that. And then all you're doing is you're sliding it down, okay? And you just drop your fingers. But you keep them close to the strings. You don't have to lift them off all the way and then lift it and then drop your fingers down again. I see a lot of people do this. And it's natural, right? When you're starting, you're trying to remember what's my next chord. So you start off with your C chord and you're all set there. And then you lift your fingers and then you're looking for the next chord, and then you drop your fingers down 1, 2, 3, and then you lift them all up, and then you're looking for your next chord. Don't be ashamed to use stickers. Stickers are a great way to go. I've taught lots of people how to play ukulele using stickers. You don't want to keep them on there all the time, but basically it just gets that chord position into your mind, and it's close to your fingers. It's kind of like having the chord diagrams that we use over here. But on the ukulele itself, okay? So all you're doing here now is you're just sliding those fingers down from your C, you slide it down to the 2nd fret, and you're dropping your fingers down. You slide your 3rd finger back up, and you just lift the other 2 up a little bit. So you can see how that speeds things up, right? So when you just got a quick boom, boom, in and out kind of a chord, you're ready to go, and you just, that one finger really isn't moving very much. It's just sliding almost in the exact same position. It's on the same string, and the other 2 fingers aren't really moving much either because they're just there and they're hovering, okay? All right, so that's one quick thing you can do. And let me just play it through and I'll just show you how it goes here. Try this along with me. Just slowly strumming, have your fingers hovering, drop them down, slide it up. Just like that. Do it at your own speed. If you find this a little bit fast, go to the settings. There's a little gear in one of these corners. I can never remember which one it is. It looks like a little gear. hit that, hit playback speed, and you can put it back to 50% or 75%, whatever it is, just like that. All right, so that's your first technique tip. All right, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is getting up to that F chord, and what do we need to do there? So we talked a little bit about that wrist rotation thing. So where on the C and the G7, your wrist is rotated that way, okay? So the first knuckle basically is up near the head. When you go to an F, you need to rotate your wrist the opposite way. And the reason is that it provides your fingers with an easier way to arch. If you don't have proper finger arch, you're going to end up where your fingers are muting strings that they shouldn't be touching. So imagine if I was like this with my wrist up this way. What happens is, see my second finger here, this one? Watch how it starts to interfere with the third string. See? Now watch, if I rotate it back, I get a better arch on it. Now I get a clear note. Okay, so that's why it's important. It also helps lots of times with the grip that you have and how you can get a stronger squeeze as well. All right, so having said all that, we need to go from a wrist rotation going that way to a wrist rotation going this way. So again, you want to think about that a little bit ahead of time. Needs to be quick, right? You got to get in, you got to get out on this song. Okay, now we're just going to use this paintbrush strum. Most of you folks that have been here for a while, you know about the paintbrush strum. For new people on the channel, basically it's just hitting it with your thumb at the top string and brushing it with your fingers. We call it paintbrush because it's two parts and they're equal. Paintbrush, paintbrush. Okay, so let's just play it nice and slowly. We're going to go up to the F chord and we're going to remember to rotate our wrist. Here we go. F. C. And we're going to go to G7 right now. C. All right. Now, there's a cool little hack that you can use. Not really one of my favorite words, but you understand what I mean when I'm saying hack, is that you can kind of shortcut your way around the F chord, okay? So we're going to do what we're going to call a fake F. So when I played the instrumental part, you noticed that I didn't go to an F, okay? I just did a hammer-on. And one of the things that really is going to enhance your bluegrass sound are hammer-ons, okay? They really give that bouncy bluegrass kind of a sound. So just listen. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I didn't actually play the full F. I just used my first finger here on the second fret at the fourth string, which is basically just the one finger of the F chord, okay? So you can do it once or you can do it twice when you play that part. Now, if you want to use that just for the instrumental, that's cool. But if you're at a point where you're still having trouble transitioning from your C chord to your F chord, you can do this fake F chord, and it still sounds really cool, right? Well, love is a rose, but you better not pick it. It only grows when it's on the vine. Handful of thorns, and you know you missed it. Lose your love when you say the word mine. All right, sounds kind of cool, right? Now, I'm overdoing it on the hammer-on thing just to draw your attention to this finger for the timing of the hammer-on. Now, for hammer-on, you want to kind of delay it a little bit. So basically what it is you're hitting the string, and then you're dropping your finger. And it creates that tension, that anticipation of, whoa, when's he actually going to hit the proper note, okay? And you'll see that it also gets rid of the need to change my wrist rotation as well. So I can stay in that one position and play that whole part of the song. See, no wrist rotation. Okay, so that's going to speed things up and give you a little bit of a different sound. So if you want to use that all the way through the song because you're not too quick on the switch to the F, do that. If you are quick enough on the F, that's fine, but you can still use this little technique for your instrumental part. Okay, so the next part of the song is the bridge. And there we're going to play F and play the full F on this. You have a little bit more time to get there, and you have a little bit more time to stay there than you do during the regular verse. Okay, so it goes like this. Here we go. Go to the F. I want to see what's never been seen. C again. Back to G7. I want to live that C, age-old dream. F. Come on, girl, C, let's go together. G7, take the best right C now. Then you go back to the... Okay? All right. So, again, for your strumming, same thing. Okay? You can just stick with your paintbrush. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Let's take a look now also at some different types of strumming that if we want to jazz it up even a little bit more, okay? Okay, so before we start to play the song all the way through, let's talk a little bit more about some strumming. And there's some more advanced strumming techniques that you can use for this song. So we started off with our paintbrush strum, which is just paintbrush, right? And you can use that all the way through the song, but you can also throw in the sledgehammer strum, which again, if you've been around for a while, you know sledgehammer, it's very much like the paintbrush. You hit it with your thumb, top string, brush it down, and then you come back up and you hit the bottom string here, your first string, with your thumb on the way back up. So here's what it sounds like. Okay? So you can throw that in together with your paintbrush strum, and you can alternate them to vary the strum sound and the rhythm of the strum, okay? We can also use a double strum, which I'll show you as well. So let me just show you alternating from the paintbrush strum to the sledgehammer strum, okay? So we're going to start with our paintbrush. Okay. That's where you're starting to hear the sledgehammer strum. So you can hear I used paintbrush for part, sledgehammer for part, and you can alternate that back and forth. Again, no hard and fast rule, wherever you want to use each one of those to get the accent that you want to hear. Okay? Now, we can also use what we call double strum. And double strum is just... it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. I'll put a link to double strum. I'll put a special video that deals just with that. But again, so we'll start off, we can use paintbrush, then we can use our sledgehammer, and then we can also use that double strum just to provide some variety. So here's what it could sound like that way. Paintbrush. Okay, so you can hear I used paintbrush, I used sledgehammer, and I used double strum, okay? And again, vary those up, put them in wherever you want to do it. I did a video just on accent strumming a couple of weeks ago, and I'll put that in the end card at the end of the video, so watch all the way through, and then you'll be able to just click on the accent strumming video where I go through a whole bunch of stuff just on accent strumming. All right, let's play the song through. Here we go. All right, let's play her through. Love is a rose, but you better not pick it. It only grows when it's on the vine. Ain't full of thorns, no you missed it. Lose your love when you say the word mine. Well, I wanna go to an old hoedown far away in a western town. Pick me up with my feet a dragging, give me a lift and I'll hay you wagon. Love is a rose, but you better not pick it. Only grows when it's on the vine. Handful of thorns, you know you missed it. Lose your love when you say the word mine. I wanna see what's never been seen. I wanna live that angel dream. Come on, girl, let's go together. Let's take the best right now. Take the best right now. Love is a rose, but you better not pick it. It only grows when it's on the vine. Handful of thorns, you know you missed it. Lose your love when you say the word mine. All right, folks, don't forget to check out our Facebook group. Lots of nice folks on there where we just chit-chat about ukuleles day in, day out. It's called the 4-Strings Drummers. I'm going to put a link down in the description for you. Got any questions on anything that we covered today? Feel free to drop it into the comments, and I'll do my best to help you out. Till we see you next time, keep smiling, keep strumming, and have fun, maybe with one of these videos right over here. All right, bye for now.